Hey guys, it's your girl Najm Peely, najmlee.com. It is Saturday, having a little bit of a late start, well, as normal, because your girl is always up late anyways. So I work into the wee hours of the morning, and then and then I go to bed. So when the sun is coming up is when I lay my head and try to take a nap. So I've been up since, I don't know, 11, but I wanted to hang out with you guys a little bit today. I'm gonna be on here doing my makeup and talking to you about a few things going on. Hold on, give me 1 second, because every time much better. My stand broke, so gotta do it this way today. So all right, good. So yeah, I'm gonna do my makeup, talk to you guys, and just chit chat. So how are you guys doing? It is Saturday. If you're not subscribed or following me here, please follow me right here on Instagram at Najmlee, don't worry about Facebook, YouTube at Najmlee. All right. I mean, if you want to do Facebook's cool, is at Najmlee too. So yeah, that's cool. So I have my glasses. Hey, my beautiful AJ, how are you, dear? I am hanging and about to do my makeup. Late start for me today, but yeah. How are you doing? So I've been working on a secret project. Well, it's not so secret. You guys know about Sacred Circle. So I've been talking about for a while that I'm going to bring in a new one. And that's what I've been working on. The upgrade. This is going to be the upgrade to the original one. And I've been learning a lot, studying as well. And it's just fantastic, guys. Like, seriously fantastic. So yeah. How's my little one? How's he doing? Hello, I know. Hello, welcome. Hello, Johnny. Hi, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. You guys are amazing. So who got the book? You guys, I'm just like so happy the book came out. That was a major baby issue. That was a major baby issue. So I am actually going to there's a deal that's going on for the book, 15% off. And actually, that's going to be ending on Monday. Hi, thank you for the hearts. I love it. Your girl is blind like crazy, but you know, that's how it is. But anyways, if you want to get the book and with the deal, get it, because it'll be over by Monday morning. And then that's it. I was leaving it out for a week so you guys can get a chance to pick it up. For those that pick it up, thank you. Oh my God, I think I've been going through like an anxiety a little bit because, you know, I need some water. Because when you have something, you put it out, you know, and then everybody is into other people's hands. So it's kind of like, oh my God, do they like it? Is it okay? You know, did I do a good job? Did it work for them? So those are the things that I go through in my head, of a little panic of that. And of course, I'm using my own techniques that's in the book to like calm myself down. So today I did the Kali mantra, one of the Kali mantras, and that was really helpful for me. It worked. So it was really great to use that and know, hey, I can reach for something and work on and use it. There's a tool. Oh my God, there's a tool. So yeah. Anyways, the link is in my bio at Najim Lee. Click it and it'll take you straight over to the page for you to get your copy today. So let me talk to you really quickly about what I'm working on next. Oh, before I jump in, don't mind me. I'm always jumping all over the place. That's just me jumping all over the place. What was I gonna say? God, I forgot now. Oh my God. Okay, I forgot. I just slipped. Oh my God, I hate that. Oh, okay, here we go. For those that have been asking about the readings, consultations, and Reiki. Okay, let's talk about that really quickly. And as you see me, I'm just slapping this thing all over the place. So, I am still doing the Reiki. I am still doing consultations. As a matter of fact, I'm open, taking in clients right now as I speak. And besides everything else that I'm doing, yes, I am doing consultations. I'm still doing the free consultations. And the free consultation is for me and you to speak. You want to learn about, what's really going on in your life and what to do. So I give like a little bit of advice, but I also talk to you about the coaching programs that I have. And the spiritual life coaching programs, if you guys don't know, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a coach. If you agree, thumbs up, hearts up, hands up, whatever. But everybody needs a coach. Why? I'm going to tell you why. When you came here, born here as a baby, right? Did you come here born into nobody? Meaning there was no parent at all, no guardian or anything. Did you just popped out of somebody's womb and left alone to go fend for yourself, teach yourself, whatever? I know there's a few circumstances of something, but it's almost like the universe always sends someone around for situations like that. But in normality of what's supposed to, right? When you're born, you are born into your first set of gurus, your first set of coaches. That's your mom, that's your dad, or your grandparents, or your adopted parents, or your step parents, however you want to look at it. Your aunts and uncles, whoever it is, okay? Those will be your first set of teachers, right? Your first set of coaches. And they're going to teach you whatever that they know, right? Some well-educated, well-versed, and some didn't get the handbook. That is normal, right? But those are your first set of teachers, and you learn as best as you can from what they've taught you for the next 18 to 20 years, right? When you get to a point of, I got this, I know right from wrong, I know certain things, I know how to take care of myself, right? Most people think they don't need nobody else, but that's not true, okay? So there's something that you want to learn in life. So what will you do? You either go to a trade school, you go to university, college, and night school, whatever it is, right? That's another guru. That's another teacher or coach, right? That's going to guide you into the profession that you want to do, the career that you want to do. Along the way of your life, there's always somebody coming onto your path. And maybe you learn something great from them, or you learn something horrible from them, and it can affect your life in different ways, right? At some point, we fall off the bandwagon. And that's usually around the age of 25, 26, 27, right? Where people fall off the bandwagon, don't want nothing at all. And then this is where a lot of people go into getting into trouble, right? They either marry somebody they ain't supposed to marry, right? Out of what? Lack of understanding of self. Because at some point around that time, you don't know who you are. Usually by the time you turn 30, you really don't know who you are. You think you do, but you don't, right? There are questions start to arouse of, why am I here? Who am I really? Am I really supposed to be doing this job? Am I really supposed to be in this situation? Right? Am I supposed to be living in this state or country? Right? You start asking questions like, what's my purpose? Like, what am I, like, I don't understand. Why am I not happy? Right? All these questions. This is when you start noticing you've lost self. The identification of self. You don't know who you are. And so, no one at this point will step and say, you need a coach, you need a guide, right? Whether it's a spiritual life coach, or in my case, spiritual transformational life coach, or just a life coach, ecology life coach, however you want to call it. There's different facets to it. A therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, right? Everybody needs guidance, guys, right? Everybody, because we are on the planet called Earth, which is a school. Earth is actually just a school. If you look at any other planets or get downloads from any other planets, they ain't in school. They've risen. They're on to other things, okay? We're the only one in school. We're the only one incubated basically and being looked after like little children. We're the only ones, okay? You have a lot of the Galactic Federation are assigned to watch over this particular planet. They don't have all this going on the other planets. Look where Earth is compared to the rest of the galaxy. That tells you a lot, okay? We're really in trouble, okay? We're really in trouble because we don't know how to act. We don't know how to behave. We don't know how to think, right? And advance ourselves in the means of light, right? So Earth is looked at as a school, place of learning. This is why you're here. You're here to learn. You're here to be guided, right? If you were, say, in another galaxy, child, you'd be zooming across the whole entire galaxy, like, girl, I got this. what we doing tonight, right? Over here, you got angels. You got angels. First of all, you got the Galactic Federation. You got certain angels who really don't want to be here. Okay? You got demons who are close to this particular Earth frequency who really don't want to be overseeing nobody. Okay? They don't want to be babysitting no human. Okay? Some of them are just like, y'all just don't damn learn, right? All y'all do is destroy. There are good demons, okay? There are demons that are part of your guardianship. They are assigned to you. It's for you to find out who, right? So everyone's assigned a demon, which is close to this particular frequency. You have an angel and an archangel. You have your guides. You have your guides. You have obviously your higher self, and your ancestors. So when people hear, "Are you serious? There are good demons?" Yeah, there are demons that are assigned to you. So what's a good way for you to look at that is if you watch cartoons. I love cartoons because they tell everybody the damn truth in them cartoons. And X-Men also showed it as well. One of the closest assigned demons on this earth plane that will protect humans, will look after you, will make sure you're okay. Gargoyles. Yeah, gargoyles. Gargoyles, now they're all different ones, of course. There are different levels of demons, okay? Just the same way there are different levels of angels. And you got to be aware of what you're doing. You can't just be like, oh, I call out my demon. You don't know who you're calling and what's trailing behind them, okay? Because what example can I say? Okay, just like a shark or a whale. Let's talk about a whale. With a whale, when you see a whale is never alone. There's a fish above, a fish underneath it, eating or cleaning off of it, right? There are ones tailing behind it, okay? It's never alone, even though they're like, oh my gosh, you're out here by yourself. No, they're not alone, right? It's the same thing. They have other little ones around them. Demons have that too, right? So in cartoons, they do show you a lot, okay, about that. So gargoyles, there are gargoyles. If you ever gone to, who really knows about this are the Catholics, Catholic priests, Catholic churches. They work with gargoyles a lot. How do you know? They're all on top of the Catholic churches, guarding it. So in the light, it looks like they're beautiful statues, right? But in the dark, they actually do come alive. What they're showing you is actually true, right? It's actually true. But because our sight, the way our sight is, we don't pick up on movement. Stone itself is an energy, and it moves, but it moves very calculated and slowly. It moves, but very slowly. So your eye as a human form not gonna pick it up, right? I don't even know how this topic came up, but I think Spirit want that topic to come up. And I just flow. What you saying here? I got to laugh at this truth because I know you laughing my ass off. I hear you, AJ. I know, it's true, right? So for instance, I have a gargoyle, right? A gargoyle that protects my house. And I've always been drawn to that part of the unknown, right? Even when I was in college, always going to a Catholic church or Catholic service. I'm the one in the Catholic church. I ain't listening to what he's saying. I'm looking at the drawings, the paintings, the panels, the process. I'm breaking those down. I'm looking at the holy water that's being touched. I've learned a lot when it comes to certain ones. The holy water looks like water, but it's actually blood. And I can go really deep into that, but that's a lot to take in for some people. But you gotta be really eyeful of what's going on. I used to see them as a child going to church. My grandmother used to say, "You're a crazy child. There's no such a thing." Girl, I know. But they're there, right? They are. So, insight. If this video get taken down, then you know why. Okay. Catholic priests and the main Catholic priests work with gargoyles. Gargoyles are the guardians of the churches, of those particular churches. Why? Because there's a warfare going on, especially when we're asleep, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of battles going on. There's a lot of things happening, right? And the churches, especially Catholic churches, they are in that lower realm a lot, okay? Working in that lower realm a lot. Don't get fooled, okay? Don't get fooled going up in there and making the sign of the cross in there. I'm not saying not to do it outside, but if you're in a Catholic church or you're in, say, a place of sanctity, sanctuary, or anything, you have to question why are they making the sign of the cross inside a place that is already so-called sanctified? There'll be no reason to do that. So what are you really doing? Why are you touching the water when you walk in and then putting it over you? You don't know where that water came from. Right? Yeah, there's a lot going on out there, man. Some people say you're crazy, Naj. No, but I see. Third eye. Not crazy at all. That I know too. That is why I do not allow my husband to baptize him. Yes, there is. Went through it for a 1 year, 7 months. Girl, right? Oh my God, girl, yes. Don't do that. That's what heard that a lot. Same here. You're out of it. They wanted to put me in an asylum, okay? And this is when my daughter was very young. But there's nothing crazy. It's just that our eyes are just open. We're able to see both worlds simultaneously. Right? And they want you to believe that it's only humans here and regular nature animals. And that's a goddamn lie. So, yeah. So, yeah, gargoyles. So, I have a gargoyle. I have a gargoyle that protects. And he's that type that doesn't need to be bothered or anything like that. Like, one thing I learned about that particular frequency, they get it. They're way ahead. I don't need to be like, no, I don't need to do any of that. They're chill. They're really chill. They're much more about observing than getting all caught up. They're really about observing. They may have a cold frontier about them, or a standoffish frontier. But they actually care about you, right? But it's in the weirdest way of, it's cold and it's like, oh, right? But they actually care about you. You're ones that are assigned to you, okay? As a whole, they don't really care for humans. So when people talk about, So when people talk about, oh, you gotta do, when it comes to gargoyles, I can say, right? They're not into all. Their vibration, their frequency is so different than a human aspect. So there's not much we have to do, like for real. So I think that's just like so interesting when it comes to like, spirituality and really looking at, your own pathway. And that's why I think studying is so important. And, everyone's path is different. And you just have to be open to learning your path. And, it didn't say it's going to be easy, but it's a part of it, and you just have to roll with it and be open to learning and be open to studying and diving in. And I think like one of the biggest, I think, is that when people talk to me, they just have this, they want to know, but they have this fear. And my thing is, you can't be straddled on the fence. You either are going to go all the way, or you just stay in the fear. But you can't be straddled on the fence of you want to know, but then you don't want it to be like this. You can't have it both ways in that way. Like, if you go to know, then you have to know that, okay, there are things that I'm so not used to that I'm going to learn about, and I have to be okay with learning it the way it's presented, right? And I think that's the biggest things that, with people is just that their imagination runs so wild that it prevents them or blocks them from really understanding what it is. And so they don't catch what they're supposed to catch because they're so far removed from I am doing my job. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's how they are. Like, you don't need to be supervising me. You don't need to be over me like this. Like, I got it. Leave me alone. I got it. Yeah. I totally get you. So, yeah. What's your question? Any questions? I'm vibing with you right now. Cool. It's just a lot of information. I can go deep with it, but, some people are just like, it's just too much. So that's why I rather do a class you know. I'm really thinking about doing the Merkaba class again. But the next level of the Merkaba class, when we get into these topics and really dive in, but it has to be in person because of the downloads. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to figure out. It's like, who gonna fly to where I am to do the downloads, right? And that they'll come for the 4 days, because it has to be 4 days, because the first 2 days are a lot of information and a lot to take in, right? And it can be very, very overwhelming. And so I've been really like going back, because I can't do it on the internet. It's not the same, and it's not, it's way too much. It's just like way, 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 way too much. So I've been really trying to think, like, should I prep for this? Should I do this for 2021, right? For the Merkaba class? I don't know. What do you think, AJ? You tell me. Because I don't know, girl. It's just a lot, man. Like, doing it online is not feasible. Like, it's too much info. Bring your son. Your son is fine. Bring your son. Maybe what we can do is get somebody to... Maybe we can get a little nanny for the time that you're here. Maybe that's what we can do. If we could do it 2021, you're down with it? Okay. And do it as a retreat? That's a great idea. Because we're going to need at least 10 people, 9 or 10 total, right? To really make this work. And the energy, right? It needs to be at least 9 or 10 people. So I guess we have time to work on it. But it's a lot of information. It's a lot of downloads. It's really, really transformational. And by the time you're done, you're going to be wiped out. So I always say, even though it's 4 days, actually take a 5th day to at least gather your energy. Because it's a lot. It's like you're changing the chromosomes, the DNA, and we're raising your chakras, right? Because everybody's stuck in this first set of chakras. It's time to stop. You got to raise up to the 4th dimensional, 5th dimensional chakras. And in order to reach that, you gotta do some downloads. You gotta transform. It's gonna be stretching you and expanding you. And in this particular body form, it's exhausting. Okay, that makes sense. So let's do that. Okay, because I'm assigning you to help me. I'm assigning you to help me. I think that will work. That would be really, really great. And for whoever's interested, just like let me know. DM me at Najim Lee. DM me, okay? And or you can send like an email to najimleestudios@gmail.com. Again, it's najimleestudios@gmail.com. So I think that will work, because I'd rather have it properly planned out and the right people be there, and then we do it, you know, because it's I'm not gonna lie. It's intense. It's intense. And I am gonna have to, like, there's a book that there's certain things I have to write down, so, and put, like, in a book. Like, I had the first part already, but I have to do the second part, so it'll give me time to, like, write it out exactly the way it should be for you guys. Because it's just one thing for me to know it, but I have to write it out so that it's understandable and that it's easy to take in, right? Yeah. So I'm excited. I think that'll be great. I think by that time it will be the right people. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I think the last thing I do, as you see, I'm not really doing much. I'm just like mascara, and then that is it. Not much. Oh, I gotta stain my lips. What else? I remember where was I? I did a study on, I went further because I was like, when I learned about the Catholic Church, then I went further and studied about Christianity and the buildings of the churches. So you started from Rome, right? And you have to look at how the structure of Rome is in order to understand the other structures that are here in the United States, Europe, and other parts of the world, even in the Caribbean. And then the other question is, like, when people say, oh, why are there so many, like, churches back to back to back? Like, you can go, I think it's in New York, I've seen this, you can be in a block and there's about 4 or 5 churches in one block. And people never get, like, oh, why is that? Like, why is it like that? Oh, hold on. Oh, let me say this real quick before I continue. You guys, whoever's watching this, you guys are interested, go ahead and cop yourself the book, Kali, Kill Anxiety, Live Immensely. And basically it's the secrets to removing the illusions we believe when we're anxious. And I wrote this book with the guidance of Kali, and it's just superb. I'm really, really proud of it, and I think you guys will love it. For those that haven't got it yet, go ahead, click the link in my bio at Najm Lee. The link is actually lulu.com/spotlight/Najm Lee, and yeah, you can get it there. So I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Oh, wait, you're writing and I'm not seeing. Let's see. Gotcha. Yes, because we will promote for, like, yeah, that'd be great. That was my question. Are you serious? It was denied? Are you serious? Oh my god. Do you know how many people ask that question? You know how many people? There's a lot of people ask that question. A lot of people. And you know where they wait, let me see if I can find this. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up really quickly because a movie explained it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. gosh, this boy did so many movies. Hold on. Almost got it. Let's see. Where am I? I think it's let me see. Oh, it's the movie yeah. It's the movie Sweet November with Keanu Reeves. Did you see that movie? Keanu Reeves, Charlize Theron stars in it. Wait, I think I have it wrong. Hold on. I think it was that. No. But they were in, I think it's that one, or, hold on. I think I have it wrong. Let me see. Hold on. I think it's that movie. If I'm not mistaken. But no, I'm sorry. I got it wrong. It's The Devil's Advocate. I remember they did 2 movies together. One was in 2001. Another one was in 1997. So the one in 1997, The Devil's Advocate, that's the movie to explain it. That's the movie, which is really interesting. No one caught on, I think. I remember watching that movie in theaters, and it was just like, yo, I was picking up and putting down even then. And I remember I went with a few friends, and they were just tripping in the movie theater. They were literally tripping because I remember seeing this in New York, and the movie's based in New York. He's a Southern guy, Southern lawyer that is what do we call it? He's a Southern lawyer, and he makes it and is, doing really, really well, and he gets this opportunity to come up to New York. And it starts from there. So, I mean, the storyline, obviously, there's a bunch of Hollywood magic around it and stuff like that, right? On purpose, right? So, you're getting the information and then the other fluff around it, basically. So, when I saw this movie, I was just like, okay, this movie, yes. And I thought it was like so interesting. So there's a part in the movie, right? There's a part in the movie where I think his eyes are starting to open, right? And he's starting to see certain things. And what is his name? Hold on. Al Pacino, right? Al Pacino, yeah. Al Pacino does this thing, and there's one of the streets of New York, right? One of the streets of New York where all of a sudden it just like cleaned, like there was nobody. The busiest street in New York got super quiet, no one's on there. And I think that's when Kiana's like, what's going on? Like, where's everybody? And so he's talking, Al Pacino talks in telepathically, basically, and telling him what's going on, right? Describing to him what's going on. And in that part, he explains it. I don't know if anyone caught it, but he explains it, right? And then is when I went deeper with that. So then I went on my own research. And when I went on my own research, in New York City alone, and nobody's going to believe this, but you can go research yourself. You can go check it out yourself. There's a part in New York City, actually, right? And where they filmed the movie, I think they just took whatever street. But there's actually a street in New York City where at a certain point at night, like, New York is always busy, right? But at a certain point at night, ain't nobody on this street. Like, nobody is on this street. Nobody. But you know what? It almost changes. Like, you will see it. It almost changes. And you'll see almost like you just drop underneath. And I was just like, so guess what? Underneath, guys, sorry, now everybody want to call me. Underneath, so it opens up. You can go look this up. I don't even have to. There's other people that talk about this. You can go check this out yourself, right? It opens up. There is another huge ass city going on at the same time. It's a lower realm. It's a lower realm. What's above New York City, same thing going underneath New York City. Yo, all the Batman movies talk about this place called Gotham, right? It's actually true. But it's a street in New York that's like that, but it's underground. It's a undercity. And I was just like, yeah. And so what's going on? So, let's get back to the four, the churches. Like, why are there so many churches on one block, right? Why are there so many churches on one block? I personally don't like New York in that way. I used to live in New York. And if you're an empath like me, living in New York, it's not good. It's not good because you are seeing way too many things. It can make you cray-cray because you're seeing way too many things. And that's what was happening to me. I was just seeing way too many things. Like, way too many. It was spinning me. And so I went into the churches. Underneath Christian churches, and you can see this for yourself, right? You go look. On Christian churches, when you look at the land space, right, there's a cross, right? Look and see if there's any churches you go to, if there's a cross planted in the ground or in the grass. I want you to look for that. Oh, wow. I want you to look for that. Go look for any Christian church with the cross planted into the grass or into the ground on their property. Just go look. Let me know if you do. Because for them to be successful, right? You wonder why some churches are successful. Some churches open only once a week when they're doing service and it's shut down. And then other churches are just like open. They got so many things going on. And then you have these mega churches, right? These really mega churches. So everything takes blood, okay, guys? Everything takes blood when it comes to this situation. Everything takes blood. You gotta wake up. This is such a big game, it's ridiculous, okay? This is such major stuff going on, it's ridiculous, all right? So, let's get back to the black. So, on the block, you may have one that's doing okay. You go a couple doors down, there's another one. They're packed, right? Like, they got people in and out. And you turn the block, there's a bigger church, right? A bigger one right there. And they just got people coming in like it's just going out of style. They got around the clock. And then you come back around the other side of the block, and there's a couple more, right? So what's going underneath? That's where you guys gotta look. On that one block, what's going on underneath? So you have a church here, you have a church here, you have a church here, you have a church here. And they're convening underneath one spot. Go look for yourself. Go look for yourself. What's really going on? Don't just take and allow yourself to be blindsided. There's a lot going on. When you go to church, don't get so distracted. Really look. Really look at the operation. Look at what's going on. And go to the other churches. Go see. Right? Don't just like take it on face value, because that's the dance. Right? That's the dance. But I want you to like look at what's going on underneath. What's conversion underneath. Right? That's where you want to really do your investigation. What's conversion underneath? Right? They're forming an upside down pyramid. Why? Why they're forming an upside down pyramid underneath? Right? So you have a square, right? And when you converge it down, it makes what? An upside down triangle. An upside down pyramid. What's going on at the apex? What's going on at the apex? So when you walk into a church, you got to really be mindful what you think you doing, what you think you really touching, what you think you really holding, who you think you really sitting beside, right? What exactly is being taught to you? What's the sermon talked about? Right? What's really being said to you? Don't just take it like that. What's the words being used? What's being emphasized to you? And why? Why you? Why at a certain point of the service they want you to come up to the podium? Why? They do it every single Sunday on repeat. Peace, my dear. Hello, blissful. Huh? What are they doing? Right? Why does he want to touch you? What's really going on? Right? Really look. Right? They pass around a plate several times throughout the service. What are you actually putting money in for? Is it really helping you? Is there really a replication of it helping you? Because what you're doing is, when you're giving money into the tray, right, they make it seem like you give a tithe according to their scripture, right, according to their book. You're given a tithe, right? You're giving a tithe to who? To who? Is it to who? If the Old Testament, now really look at this. The Old Testament talked about giving a tithe. The New Testament does not. So what are you following? What are you following? Why did it stop in the Old Testament and did not continue in the New Testament? Really ask these questions. What are you continuing? Why did they give tithe in Malachi in the Old Testament for that period of time? Why was that constructed? And by whom? Because you're not giving it to Jesus. This has nothing to do with Jesus. Malachi had nothing to do with Jesus. Okay? Let me tell you, I have studied Christianity. I've studied all 5 religions. Okay? I know that Bible inside and out. All right? So no one can sway me. Right? When I say I've studied that more than 5 times, read it back to back to back. Most Christians haven't even done that. Okay? So when I'm telling you, it is nowhere in the New Testament for it to continue that. That's like when in the World War I or World War II, we did taxes. Why? To help the country. Then in the laws it say it's supposed to stop, right? And change up the flag. We're still flying the same damn war flag. Why? And we're still doing taxes. Why? Taxes was only for a moment in time. It was never to continue. Same with the tithing was for a moment in time. It was never to continue. So what are you continuing? You tell me. You look it up. Right? These are the questions to ask. Ask it. You're going to hell. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she had a lot of fear, sounds like. A lot of fear. Maybe because how she was raised too, you know. But these are the things. See, when I go in, I always walk out of a church. I always did. After a certain point, I walked out. You know, when my mom would go to church, and I would go with her because she told me to go. And then at some point, I'd be like, I'll be outside. And I'll go wait outside. I just chill. Everybody in the church, why your daughter walk outside? What? Because I can feel lies, right? And something in me, I need to get up. If you're lying to me, I can't be around you. I just can't. My energy's like, and I have to get out. So when I hear a lie or someone lying, I have to remove myself, right? That's my energy. So my whole point for you is to don't just be blindsided because you're told something, right? Really look, really ask those questions, right? What are we following, right? When you come into a Christian church, specifically I'm saying, it doesn't matter, Methodist, Baptist, whatever, right? Understand what you're following. Understand what you're following. Don't just be misguided, right? Because there are certain things given in the Old Testament, and there are certain things followed in the Old Testament by certain sects of the religion. And then there are ones who strictly follow the New Testament. So if you're strictly following the New Testament, why are you tithing? Because tithing was only for in the Old Testament in Malachi. And that was for a particular situation, and that particular God had nothing to do with Jesus. It was a different God at the time. Yo, I'm very spiritual. I am not about religion. But you gotta study what's out there, but you gotta not be misguided, I'm just all about spirituality. I'm about really following universe, Anyways, I gotta shut this down, guys. I got 20 seconds left. But I love you guys a lot. Click the link in my bio. Get my anxiety book. If you want a consultation, intuitive reading, Reiki session, just DM me at Najim Lee, and I will definitely do it for you. All right? I will link up with you. Thank you, babe.